Yeah,
All right, we're here with Loic Duval. He drives for the Team Oreca Matmut. Am I pronouncing that right?
yeah, it's perfect.
Okay. He won the 12 hours of Sebring. He'll be racing in LeMans. You just had your testing at LeMans this past weekend, and you guys did pretty good. Sixth. I mean, you even beat one of the factory Peugeot teams. How'd it go for you?
I mean, it was pretty good actually. I mean, we are still driving with the old car, so we knew the car already from last year, and we just changed a little bit the setup. I mean, it was quite similar compared last year. Actually, it's much slower because of the new regulation, but it looks good. I mean, for sure we're gonna be slower than Audi factory and Peugeot factory, but I'm sure we can be just behind them, and we probably gonna have something to do for the race.
Well, you were slower in Sebring also, but you end up walking away with the win out there. People always talk about how Sebring's important for these teams for Le Mans because if you can make it through 12 hours of Sebring, it's tougher than the 24. Is that really true, or is it? I look at Sebring as a totally different track, a totally different setup, and everything than Le Mans.
Yeah, definitely. It's different, but Sebring is tough for the car. Sebring is really bumpy, and it's really difficult for the car. So, I mean, usually when you can do the 12 hours of Sebring, you know that you can make it also for Le Mans, and it's completely a different race, of course. But Sebring is tough. So, of course, it's probably the best training before the 24 hours Le Mans. I mean, even if it's not only a training, I mean, it's a proper race, really important for us and it's something different. But it's for people usually the main race of the year is the 24 hours of Le Mans. So we are talking about Sebring as a training, but for me, I mean, it was more than only training. It's a great race. So for sure, when you can make it at Sebring, usually you can make it for Le Mans.
Yeah. Obviously, the tracks are different. How do you set up the car different for Le Mans as opposed to Sebring?
Le Mans, it's only about engine. It's 85% about engine. So Sebring is it's more like a normal track. I mean, you have to work on the car for the mechanical grip and everything. Le Mans, it's more about engine and downforce. That's the thing. For Sebring, you have more to work with the tires and with the mechanical grip because it's a really difficult track with. Sometimes the track is dirty, so you need to find a really good grip. Le Mans, it's different. Le Mans, if you are quick in the straight lines, and if the engine is good, easy to overtake the other cars, then you can have a good race. So it's a little bit different in terms of making the setup of the car.
And you drive the year-old Peugeot. You're against the factory Peugeot team, the factory Audi team, but yet you still won Sebring. How'd you guys were able to do that to beat the factory teams, and you think you can still do that same type of setup and everything to possibly win in Le Mans?
I mean, already last year we saw that Le Mans, for example, that our speed was good compared to the factory teams, and we knew for Sebring, first of all, that Audi was still driving with the old car, and Peugeot bring the new car. But when it's a new car, you always have some small problems and stuff like that. So we knew before to come at Sebring that we had a chance to do a really good result and even to win it, even if it was difficult. But we knew we had a chance. For Le Mans, it's going to be different. It's 4 months after Sebring. Audi and Peugeot is going to work even more on the cars. They had one test here in Le Mans the last weekend. So it's going to be even more difficult for us. But if we do a perfect race, we're just going to be a little bit slower than them. If we do a perfect race, no mistake and no failure for the car, I'm sure we have a chance to go on the podium. After the position, I don't know.
All right, you told me right before we started the interview you're about tomorrow you're leaving for Japan also, so you don't just drive the Le Mans prototypes. You're going to be running the Super GT in Japan, right?
Yeah, sure.
Who do you drive for? I mean, Super GT. I go online and I watch it, but in the United States, nobody really knows about the series. Who do you drive for, and what's the series like?
I mean, so I'm driving for Honda. I mean,
Hmm.
before I used to be the NSX. Now it's kind of prototype also. It's the HSV. It's really nice championship. First of all, the GT cars are really really quick. We have for us we have Formula 3 driving with us during the same weekend, and you can see that the GT cars are around between 3 and 5 seconds quicker. That means it's quite a fast car. And after, the championship is nice because there is two category. There is the GT 300 and the GT 500. So that means there is a lot of traffic during the race. It's kind of endurance race also because we are catching the GT 300 really quickly, and then we have to race with them too. So it's quite difficult. And yeah, I mean there is many cars, many good drivers. So it's a pretty good championship. I mean I love racing in Japan, and the Super GT is it's really nice.
Oh, Louis, thanks for coming on our show. Good luck in Japan, and especially good luck in Le Mans. To me, that's the most important race of the year in any type of racing. So good luck, and thanks again from Oversteer TV.
No problem. Thank you very much to you. Thanks. Bye.
Bye-bye.